Hello traders, welcome to today's analysis for Tuesday, March 24th. So markets overall today had a pullback, but we can see that we're getting a very nice open gapping up into the candle coming up for Wednesday. Levels overall, even though today was a little bit choppy, levels were very well respected. You can see on the daily chart how we came up, and the close yesterday, open today, or well, on Tuesday was exactly at our 66.35 daily level. So that was for me a line in the sand that I said I wanted to see markets get back above that. We did close below on the daily, but then right away you can see we've now opened up into Wednesday above. So I'm looking for any pullbacks today into Wednesday's candle to hold into this 66.30s area right over here. Looking at this on the hourly, yesterday we closed right around this area, and I said I wanted to see pullbacks first into 65.92, which was this little hourly level and also the bottom edge from last week's profile here. And if we had a deeper pullback, I was looking for the 65.30s into this order block. Remember this big candle, all thanks to Trump's tweet about a ceasefire temporarily on Iran, and markets pumped like crazy at 7 a.m. yesterday. And you can see this hourly level has now been confirmed as extremely important. So going into tomorrow, ideally, I don't want to see any hourly closes below the 65.90s, which is now this low volume node area from this week and from last week as well. If we do have that strong break here, then I'm looking to fill back in to the consolidation pre-breakout. But as long as we are holding above the lows here from Tuesday, then I think, we have this next areas here. You can see the 66.20s are now a very nice low volume node support area on this week and last week as well, and in the long term here. So any pullbacks into the 66.20s, I want to see this now holding as higher lows and just continue this behavior and trending moves up. To the upside, we almost got back up to this low volume node resistance area, almost at the high today. So next target obviously will be this consolidation from Monday and the 67.19 hourly level as the main upside target tomorrow. If we get a strong hourly close through that, we're looking to start trading within this high volume node distribution from last week, and then we can look to long any pullbacks back into the 6700s down here. Nasdaq daily level or daily chart here. Low yesterday we talked about right at this longer term level, this 23,783. Today we came up and once again we back tested 24,467. We failed to close above, but then you can see today gap up, and now we're starting to test back this level. So going tomorrow into New York for Nasdaq, what I'm looking is into New York tomorrow, we want to be trading back above the 24,467s and holding that area on any pullbacks right there. Hourly chart, very, very similar behavior to what we had happening in ES. With NASDAQ, I laid out two levels that we were looking. First, this consolidation area into this bottom edge of this node, and on a deeper pullback, we were looking at the lows of last week and into this bullish order block from yesterday. And you can see I adjusted this level just a little bit, but you can see 24,220, very, very important hourly level for this week. And now this is where I want to see bulls holding on any pullbacks. I don't want to see any breaks below 24,220 will act as our pivot level. If we do break below, you can see two very clear distributions. So we would be looking at this zone right here into the 24,000 hourly level, and this area, this block of demand right over here. Upside, we want to break above the daily level that we've been talking about here, 24,467. You can see several times on Tuesday we attempted to break out without being able to, but we want to break and come up to 24,688, which was the high of Monday and the top of the high volume node area from last week. And we want a strong break above and flip the 24,700s into support for further pushes into the upside. Gold hourly, you can see Monday, Tuesday, we failed to break back above 44.51. We gapped down on the weekend and we opened exactly at that level. Tuesday, we tested it and rejected. And now you can see Wednesday, gap up above that level and pushing up very, very nicely. So our major target will be 46.77 to continue to the upside, and then to the downside, any pullbacks into this 44,070s low volume node zone and daily level, I want this to hold as support over there. Going into the hourly, you can see here we had this very nice trend line breakout. This trend line established here on Monday, and then we came and broke out of that trend line. If we apply the concept of the measure move on trend lines that I've talked about, we go with a Fibonacci extension from the trend line to the furthest down point, in this case for a breakout, turn this into our extensions, and you can see right here we've already hit 127.20, we hit 161.80, and the 200% extension is lining up exactly into this bearish order block that we have above and into this low volume node area as well. So 46.38 is going to be ultimately our main target going into tomorrow to the upside. Bye. Take that off. Let me take off this, and now I'm actually going to mark off this bullish block right here. This was the last down move before the breakout to the upside. So now any pullbacks into this area, this is where I want to see bulls holding. But for the moment, you can see we're holding very, very well at this hourly level as of now. 45.42 has been a very key level going from last week. That was support on Thursday for this big bounce, Friday before the breakdown, and now we're back above and respecting it. So first immediate target, we're looking to fill this fair value gap into this supply area. That's going to be our first upside target. And then if we can break above this, looking at 47.23 as our next hourly level, and further up 4,800 into the next low volume node and our next supply area here into the upside. So very, very nice levels, all very clearly defined going on in gold. Any pullbacks, again, this is going to be our main, this is going to be our main area to look for bounces on any pullbacks right over here. And finishing off with Bitcoin. Pullback today, and we are holding into the 50 daily moving average. Again, we're wanting to break above 72,000, flip this to support to come back to this 74,000 area, which has been the main massive area of resistance. A strong daily candle close through here, and then we can look to flip this to finally come up into the 80,000 area. But for now, still holding here, and main area of support, again, this big bottom edge of this high volume node. So 65,000 is our main area of support if we pull back into there. But for now, it is holding nicely. You can see very, very good reaction. This order block that I marked off yesterday, this was the last consolidation pre-Trump tweet breakout, and now we're back to we pushed all the way up to the upper edge area from last week's high volume node, pullback exactly into the hourly level 68,917 that we marked off yesterday, and the bullish order block here. So very, very nice reaction. And if we actually measure this Fibonacci retracement exactly at the optimal trade entry area between the 6180 and the 75% Fibonacci retracements. So overall looking very good. Our focus is now going to be all these highs here that have been massive resistance at 71,000. So we want a very strong hourly close through. And then our next target would be the bottom edge of this node into the 73,000 level. So let me extend this further out, because this is now going to be a key area that we're going to keep tracking. Already held once, so we don't want to see now any hourly closes below 67,000. Pretty much 67,500s. This is going to be our main bullish structure marker. We've already made the higher low here. Let me get rid of these drawings. Okay, so we've already made a higher low. So ideally, we want to start forming a ascending triangle, start compressing here to look for a strong breakout at that area. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a great week, and we will talk again tomorrow. Take care.